March the 23rd, 2025. Guys, you're looking at current satellite images over Mississippi. Now, we've got a tornado warning, guys. It's right there. We're going to look at the closer information on this. Greenville's right here. This storm is just north of us. We've been getting some rain, but it looks like everything is clearing out, and I was hoping that we would not have any severe weather. But all of these yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings. That's what's right here above us. But right here, guys, we've got a confirmed tornado on the ground. Let's look at the information. It says this tornado warning remains in effect until 8:15 p.m. tonight. You got about 30 minutes, guys, in that for central Sharkey County. I've been up there many times. Sharkey is a Quina area. Said at 7:26 p.m. CDT, a confirmed tornado was located over Rolling Fork, moving east, not northeast, but east at 20 miles an hour. Hazard, damaging tornado and golf ball size hail. Source, weather spotters have confirmed this tornado. It's not just radar indicated, guys. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roof, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Again, the tornado will be near Anguilla around 7:30 p.m. It's already there. To repeat, a tornado is on the ground. Take cover now. Move to a basement on an interior room for the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're not in the area, check on your friends and family if they are there. If you're in the area, pause the video now. You got the info and take cover. For you guys that aren't, I'm going to give you a brief update on some of this pyramid information over in Giza. Now, guys, this is some of the latest, what they're calling SAR images, but that's really not quite correct because they're using about 3 or 4 different types of imaging, ground penetrating imaging, radar, everything you can think of, and some technology that's even newer than what we are knowing about. But what you're looking at, you're saying, well, if this is satellite imaging, why aren't we looking at it straight down instead of from the side, guys? Because they use an angle called side penetrating radar, kind of like in a fishing boat where you've got a fish detector or depth finder that has side scans, right? That's how they do this, and this is how they do it with satellites. They even did it back in the day with space shuttles. They can do it with planes. They can do it on the ground. But again, they're saying SAR, S-A-R, is the reason they're finding this. And then there's scientists that are coming out and debunking it, saying that SAR cannot penetrate this deep. So you know me, I had to do a deep dive, and I found out they're using about 3 or 4 technologies. Because SAR, the scientists are correct, but they're not giving you the full deal, or either they don't understand it. SAR can go to about 100 feet below the surface. And what it is, it works on frequency, a low frequency. It's not going to go very deep. It may just penetrate through the canopy of the trees. You increase that, you'll start getting the soil level, and then if you crank the frequency up higher where the frequency's increasing, then you can get down about 30 meters or 100 feet. But they're using something else. Plus, even if it was just SAR, if it's very wet like swamps or a lot of forested areas, it's not going to go very far. But if you're in a sandy, dry region, it penetrates much further. But SAR is only one of the technologies that's being used. That's why we're getting these images. Now, it continues as they look deeper to get deeper, guys, because when we were looking at this thing being nearly 2,000 feet below the pyramids, we were seeing just about to this level in the middle of this. Now they're saying it may be twice as deep. And what's interesting to me about it is the fact that you're looking at, they're using thermal topography also. And I'm going to play a video at the end of this. It's less than 2 minutes, and it's going to give you the different technologies they're using, including the muon scanning with basically molecules plowing into this thing and sending back a representation of an image. But what did I say? Thermal topography. Now, if you look at this very close, right about here, guys, is where the ground is. You'll see the base of the pyramid right there. There's the first two, and then you got the smaller pyramid to the right. You can, if you turn the images around, looking at the pyramids, even from 1,000 feet up, you can see how this works out. Now over here, there's other buildings. Right here is the two largest pyramids. Here's the smaller. There's a couple other structures here. But as it gets deeper, the thermotopography is starting to pick up more and more heat. Now the ground is warmer the further down you get. Well, what about these layers in here? Right? What's going on there? And let me see if I can get this any larger, just so we can see this top section. And it's kind of strange. Okay, here's your two big pyramids. And right here where you almost see a reflection of the angle, that's ground level. Then your third smaller pyramid here. We're starting to get some type of heat imaging above it. Now, it could be because the pyramids are pointed, heat's radiating up, but also the pyramids, you got a lot of stone, different type things. We talked about quartz, right? So you got a lot of granite, which is a form of quartz. And quartz is what you call a piezoelectric material. The great weight of all the stones down on the quartz will continue to generate energy. That's just the nature of it. They make mats that you can stand on that will generate electricity because it's filled with these piezoelectric quartz crystals. Anyway, we're getting emanations from the top, but look at the depth of this. What is going on? Is this technology, guys, starting to come out at this point because something is about to happen? Are we seeing a re-energizing of things? You know, because in the videos I did about the wars of the pyramids, it talked about how this occurred, high technology blasting to get this deep. Some people are still, they can't wrap their head around on that much sand covering something up. Not saying that couldn't happen, but I don't think it did because, again, the emerald tablets, the other information we were reading shows it was blasted out with high tech. But if you look at this very closely, you can see right here, again, the mirror image, pull this back down, of what I would call, since they're using thermal topography, a heat signature. But above the ground, there's your pyramid, here's the ground level, right there, reflecting, it starts to cool off more. But right here under the main pyramid, there's a much darker section, and they started seeing these chambers. But if you look at a cross-section of the pyramid, they do show like stairways and chambers with steps going underground, and then they just cut off. Why are they just cut off? Think about that. That's because I think it has everything to do with Enlil and Enki. Remember, Enki's mother and Enlil's mother stepped in, stopped the Second Pyramid War. And then Enki and them, they went over to their mother's home and to negotiate a peace treaty, basically. During that time, the pyramids were looted, remember, from the Enlil group. Well, what all was sealed during that time? Before they left, they knew that this was more than likely was going to happen. We're not dealing with unintelligent people or creatures or whatever it was you want to say was happening at this point. Fallen angels, demigods, whatever. We're not dealing with a lack of intelligence. So what's going on? Is this information being shown to us again at this time to give us an idea of what is coming? I also saw, and I can't verify it yet, and I almost hate to say it because of that, but there is some deep state intelligent information that they are waiting, guys, on some type of arrival in the Egyptian pyramid area, not from this planet. Is that why they're focusing on this? But again, this is showing very deep. Let me back this back out. Look at that. And very warm in the area. Some are saying it goes down to an underground city. And we've seen that also. But guys, Watch the video at the end of this. It's going to give you a couple of the different technologies. That's what's throwing the scientists off when they're saying there's no way that the SAR or SAR satellite imaging, which they can do it on the ground or from a plane too, just different technology, but the same method. Anyway, all of this is coming up, and they're debunking SAR because they're saying it only can go to 30 meters or 100 feet, and that's what I read too. But when you watch the video, you'll see they're combining multiple technologies, and that's throwing the scientists off because they would rather debunk it, because I think they don't want to admit what we're about to see because they took that out of the Bible on purpose, the book of Enoch, things like that. But it's all being shown, it's all being exposed for a reason. Again, watch this video just to give you an idea of the different technology. By the way, if you look at these things and we keep seeing structures go deeper and deeper, at the top you see that point, right? Here's your smaller pyramid. Well, if you were to look at the Washington Monument, it's 666 feet. You've got 500 feet from the bottom to the top until you get to the point. Now, that was an aluminum point in the beginning. It may still be, but aluminum was very expensive back then. Anyway, you got a 10-to-1 ratio of the monument. 500 feet from the ground, not from the bottom, but from the ground level up to the beginning of the pyramid on the top. Then there's another 55.6 feet. 10-to-1 ratio, almost. Is that what we're going to end up seeing with when we get the final analysis on some of these systems? I don't know. But if you looked at the Washington Monument and some of the other obelisks, guys, and you buried them up to the very pyramid, is this what you would be seeing? Think about it. Again, Washington Monument, 500 feet here to the flat part, another 55 feet here. You add what's in the basement, you got 666 feet. Guys, this is just a quick cap of what I've been putting together in our spare time today. It'll take an hour tomorrow to go in more depth in a video. But again, if the Lord's willing, that's how we're going to deal with it, and we'll get it done. But guys, instead of attaching that secondary video to this video, just in case there's trouble, I'm going to put it right behind it separately. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.